What's up guys, my name's Joe here, and welcome to episode 2 of my MK Dons playthrough in FM15. And also welcome to Zumana Bakayoko. He's the second signing of the series after bringing in Chris Eagles in episode 1. Also on a free transfer. Also I think a decent championship player, nothing special. But he's coming in at left back. Rob Hall here is ahead of him, but he's on loan and he's also more of a winger. So at the moment it's looking as if he's going to be the starting left back. As you can see here, he's rated higher, but even the same stars, but higher than Dean Lewington. But yeah, looking at his stats, he's got some pace. He's not incredibly fast, but he has got some pace. 16 pace is quite good, as well as 16 acceleration. Not the best balance, but he's decently good physically. Good mentals as well. He's pretty consistent. That's how I describe him. I keep on stuttering, but if I can get my words out, it's just there's not that many words to describe him. That's probably why I'm stuttering, because he's not amazing. He's not terrible. He's a decent championship player, which is the type of player I'm aiming to look in. I'm aiming to look at and bring in this type of just decent championship quality and build from the bottom up. Because my team's got a few decent youngsters, but most of them are just loanees. So I want to bring in these not too old players, got a few years left in them, and just stabilise at championship level. That is my first task. And he is one of those players who I'm aiming to do that, and he can do most things for a left back. He's pretty fast, decent mentals, decent technicals, good tackling, marking. They're all just about. He's a 12 kind of guy. A lot of 12s if you look here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think he'll be a decent player, and 1.8k, that's a key thing as well. That's a good contract to get a player on, especially a player that might be starting. 1.8k is a great deal. So hopefully, just like Chris Eagles, he can really make an impact and just improve the team, and that's what you always want in any signing. I am looking to bring a few more players in. I'm not content with 2, so I'll come back when the next signing's announced, I guess. Okay, so the second friendly just finished with a 4-0 win away against Brackley. Good performance all round, really. Not very difficult opponents, so it wasn't really a challenge, but there were some good performances here. Bakayoko got a 9 on his debut, which is good to see. Ben Reeves also had a stunner. But then, as I did mention, it's hardly difficult opposition. We shouldn't be expecting it to go like this when the season starts, but it still is good to see. In terms of transfers, we got 2 going at the moment. We got 1 out, 1 in. The in, there's not really much about me discussing it now because you'll see whatever happens in a minute because I'll come back shortly. But it's dubious. Some other teams are going in for them as well. So yeah, but I hope he chooses us, and whether he comes in, the out's probably going to go through. So I'll see you shortly. So here we have the first sale. Darren Potter has been sold to Wigan for a fee of 300k. There was some, I think it was 200 up front and like 374 with add-ons or something. It's not a spectacular fee. As you can see here, it says he's valued at 400. But he was the 4th or 5th best midfielder, and he's 30, and he was getting on a bit. I'm still unsure about this sale, but it does say he is a good player for championship sides. That's not what it said earlier. I think I'm relying too much on stars. I've just got into the game, not used to the setup. Haven't really been paying attention to my players' stats really, because now I look at him, he's pretty darn decent. But then again, he's 30, so I guess even if it was a bad sale, looking at it now, he is 30, so he's on the decline. And Wigan are in League One, so now they did recently get relegated, but if they're looking for him, like, how good can he be? There are a few players I'm looking to bring in. I'm scouting a lot now, and I'm seeing a lot at my level, but I'm trying to look for players that can improve. But you will probably see another signing coming in pretty soon, so look forward to that, I guess. Hopefully I can find a bargain. Yeah, see you then. Okay, so we're approaching the third friendly of the season, and I decided I'll play this game because I said I want to play a game every episode. So I'll make it this game. Not that much time has passed, and we only managed to bring one player in, so it was one player brought in the first episode, one player brought in this episode. I've just submitted a contract for another player, so hopefully that'll all go well and he'll come in the third episode. And we'll probably play the last episode of preseason then, or maybe the first episode of the season. But I decided that I'd play this game just to show you another preseason game. Peterborough, obviously, not they're a similar level to MK Dons in terms of stature as a club. So it should be a good game. One that I'd expect us to win, one I'd hope that we would win. But one that I'm not bothered if we lose because, like, as I said, we are a team in building, and this is a transitional process for everyone at the club. We need to really try and solidify our place as a championship team this season. That's my aim. That makes it sound like I'm aiming for mid-table. Really, anywhere apart from relegated is fine. But I am hoping for a low mid-table finish. I don't want to have that pressure of relegation looking behind us all the time. But that is likely considering we were predicted 23rd. But yeah, the two signings I've brought in so far. Chris Eagles plays Bakayoko, starts on the bench. A bit fatigued from the last game, I assume, as he played the full 90 minutes. Yeah, and the third signing I'm looking for doesn't look half bad either. You just can't really do much with the budget I've been given. Not that much anyway. You obviously can make signings, and I will hope to continue to make another few as well. If I can, as long as I've got money, I'm going to keep making signings. They did reject my plea for extra wage and extra transfers, so that's not happening, at least not until the next month I can ask them. But hopefully I will be able to scrape through. I did get a bit of revenue in for the Potter sale. It was, yeah, Potter's, Darren Potter. Potter, the guy sold to Wigan. So hopefully I can reinvest that a bit into the squad. Maybe another signing after the third one. I'm saying it like it's already happened. I haven't shown you it yet because it might not. But the contract offer was accepted, but he might choose to stay. So you never know. In terms of the game in front of us right now, Chris Eagles, new signing. Will he manage to cut through? Simon Church, 1-0, 18 minutes in. Good cross, Chris Eagles there. That's the type of player I want him to be making for us. He runs in. I thought he was going to cut inside, but he didn't. It's a great cross, cut back. Just completely misses, gets loose of the defender. Simon Church just slots it away. That's the type of goals he'll be scoring. When you look at this team, you don't really see a 15, 20 goal scorer, but I want one of my strikers to step up into that role. And hopefully Simon Church will be able to do that. Diego Poyet, he's way above this level in my opinion. Last year I always had him in my Prem teams after a few years. He can really go far. Literally, last game he went very far in nearly all my saves. So it's good that we've got him here, even if it is just a loan. It will help us in that solidifying. But we have conceded, and this I was on about. We are at a similar level. I mean, I hope that we'll win, but Peterborough are a team that could score a few against us. But it does look like this. We're starting to get used to this formation. I have made a few subtle changes, but it is pretty similar. It's the same 4-2-3-1, but I have made a few alterations. From the start, I've switched from fluid to flexible. I've taken away a few instructions, added a few others. Took away shoot on sight because we. Yeah, approaching half time now. 3-1's a decent lead. It's looking okay at the moment. I wouldn't really mind if it ended like this, to be honest. No one's particularly lagging behind in the team as well. It's coming together nicely. yeah, as I said, if it ends like this, I'll be fine. It is nice to win any game, no matter who it's against. And yeah, the team seems happy. In terms of substitutions, just make a few. Anyone else? Being a bit silent here, but I'm not sure what to do. I think that should be enough, sub-wise, to carry us through until the end of the match. Yeah, this is a game we should be winning, as I've said, but we are winning, so all is well. Yeah, this is just one of those pre-season games, really. There's not much to say about it. You just want to see who your key performers are, who you can rely on, who maybe you didn't think would start but has a good pre-season. It's just a bit of a test, especially considering I'm experimenting with the new game, tactics-wise. Not just about the tactics of the team, but what tactics work and what doesn't is something that you have to find out through pre-season, or you'll be in trouble once the season starts. And it's a pretty basic formation, I'll give you that. It's pretty default, it's pretty standard, but if it works, it works. There's not really much else to say about it. You don't have to be fancy, especially in the Championship. You're not expected to be fancy. Though I did widen the dimensions to the largest possible, which I think I like to encourage passing play. So if you have a wider pitch, you do that. But I'm not sure if that was the best decision. But it's just something I instinctively do. Penalty. Who will step up? Poyet? Will it be Church? Let's see. I could know if I knew the numbers, but I don't know the numbers. Not yet, anyway. It is Church, and he tucks it away. Second goal of the game, I believe. It's always good to see. I was talking about that 15-20 goal striker. I mean, I wasn't expecting Simon Church to do it, but as long as someone scores, I'm not underrating Simon Church. It is only 2 goals against Peterborough, but it's still good to see. He's staking his claim. Sam Gallagher is a good loan signing, but I have to try and not rely too much on loans because otherwise we'll be screwed next season, to put it bluntly. Yeah, but Nicky Maynard and Simon Church, depending on whether I sign another striker, they'll be the ones competing for the one striker slot by the look of it. Sam Gallagher is injured at the moment, so I can't really test him out. But this game's coming to a close, and so is this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the signing. I hope you like the format. Yeah, and next episode there'll be another signing, another game. I hope you're looking forward to that too. See you then.